music suddenly go away? Welcome!
Because that's the intro music from the intro video.
Welcome. It's not like we've been doing this for 2 years. Welcome to tonight's episode of Party of Two, where the lights are all janky because the light overheated.
Yay. Here's some music for you to make you feel more comfortable.
It feels weird to be talking without music.
Well, here's the music to make you comfortable.
Thank you. I like it. You work very hard to make me comfortable. Anyway, welcome to tonight's episode of Party of Two, where a married couple takes on a world of gods and monsters.
Monsters.
We are playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition, and we're having great funs with it. And as said by our title that Weston titled, this is like...
Crap That Hurt? This is what I titled it?
Is that what you ended up titling
Yeah,
it?
I told you that.
Oh, there we go. I thought you named it something else.
Oh, no. I called it Crap That Hurt. Because I'm guessing tonight your character's going to say that at least once.
She probably will. That is the truth. Anyway, we are in our very last story arc for this campaign. And we are nearing the end of the campaign itself. It's going to be done really soon.
And with the end of that, we are
going off the air. For those who didn't know.
This has been a fun experience, fun project, but life has gotten too busy and it has become more of a stress than a fun. Yeah, so this is going to be our... We only got a couple episodes left.
Yep, it's true. But that is for another day. And our last episode will probably be sad for me, but that's okay.
I'll make you cry.
You probably will.
As dies.
You better not kill him. You had better not kill him.
I'm going to TPK you on the end.
They just got married.
No, a widow so young.
That would be horrible. That would be horrible. Don't do that. We don't really have any announcements other than... Welcome. Thank you for joining us, lowercase j, hanging out.
Let's begin then.
And the lighting will fix itself
in just a moment.
We'll fix it in a minute.
But let us begin tonight's episode of the Scions, Party of Two. So, last time on Party of Two, let me turn the music
Party!
It's a little loud for me right now.
We are a party!
We are, welcome! So, last time, Anna, as with their companions from the Hell Knights of Leto, whoever thought that he would be one of your companions at the very end.
I know, right?
Leto and Stella, all of you...
You knew that he was going to be at the very end, though, because, like, right after that first arc, you were like, how funny would it be if they came back at the end?
I didn't expect him to flow in as well as he did.
Yeah.
I expected Anna to not accept him quite so quickly, and him to end up, like, huffing away. But she forgave a little easier than I had expected her to.
She's been through some shiz at that point.
She has.
That he came back.
But you all snuck via what do they call it? A small boat, a skiff, I believe is what the term is.
A teeny little barge.
Yes. You snuck your way across the river, across the channel, to get to the island at the center of West Crown. And there, with the help of the Thieves' Council, snuck your way in through had to swim your way into a sewer area, and then squeeze through a grate. Which some in the party almost didn't make all their swim checks and had to get yanked out from the water. Luckily, Az could turn into a water elemental and make that a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
You then had to deal with an ooze that dropped on top of Stella, found some magical items, and then had a battle with a giant frog.
Yes.
A froghemoth.
Super mean.
Yes.
It's actually called a froghemoth, which is hilarious.
It is.
It's actually on the shelf behind me if it's in frame. I don't know if it's in frame.
Oh, thing's it. Yep. With a froghemoth and a bunch of scum. The little frogs, they're called scum. SKUM. They are called scum.
That's awesome.
But in that, both Leto and Stella fell.
Yeah, they did.
They were revived by Az, but they both fell, and they were hurt quite a lot. And so now that is where we stand. They had just recently been healed by Az. I think they both were only at like 38 hit points. Is what they were at.
Oh
and then Az was going to continue to minister to them with medicine, because he's very skilled in that, to try and bring them up rather than using up all of his healing spells.
Yeah.
And that is where we pick up.
Okay.
So, let's change the mood a little bit. For now, we return to the depths underneath West Crown. And if I can find where that music is, there we go. There you are. Thank you very much.
That's weird.
All right.
No, go away. Go away. Go away. Go away.
So, you find yourself sitting on the ground with your back against the wall, resting after Az is walking around trying to constantly just minister to the the needs of everyone who is now very badly hurt. He is working furiously to heal everyone and get everyone back up on their feet. You see Stella sitting there on the ground, bloodied, her face covered in blood, even though it is being healed. There's bandages. She is still very beat up at this moment. Leto as well, also. He's actually laying full back, just breathing and panting, and moaning a little bit like, oh, my leg, that hurt, my leg. I'll never be able to walk again. Just kind of, giving a little...
Just whining.
His prep school background is beginning to show itself again.
He is just a freaking whiner.
So, that is where we'll start.
So, Anna is next to Stella?
She was laying against the wall a little farther away. Because if you remember, you were probably a good 15 feet from her when she fell. And Az rushed to her to start healing. You killed the monster. You actually, if I'm not mistaken, are currently flying.
No, I came down.
Your wings are still out.
I came down. I came down to... No, I'm next to Stella. No, I'm remembering.
Okay.
I was next to Stella. So I'm just going to kind of hold her for a minute and just kind of look at Az and say, how long do you think we can be here and get everyone healed up safely? She just kind of give like a sidelong glance at Jared. Or not Jared.
Jared
I keep calling him
He's not Jared Leto. He is not Jared Leto.
Seriously. But of Leto. Like, she just kind of like gives him like this sidelong glance of like, oh my gosh. Freaking whiner.
That will depend on the wounds. I'm still checking them to see.
Okay.
But they are not in good, definitely not in good condition now. I'll remind you that Stella is now in Wounded 2, which means the next time that she falls, she goes straight to dying 3.
Oh my gosh.
The next time that she falls.
Freaking fricker. Okay. I'm gonna get up and move over to Az and just kind of like pull him away a little bit so we can have a kind of semi-private conversation. Okay. We need to get them healed, and then we need to send them away.
You think she's going to go?
Of course she's not going to want to go.
She's
She's not stupid. And neither is Leto. I really
He looks at Leto and just kind of gives a little eyebrow raise.
He's moaning. No, it's. I think that they will be able to see the gravity of the situation and that they are ill-equipped to handle it. I didn't realize.
But then that does leave us going in alone.
Well, not alone. We've got Bruce.
It does cut down on numbers. I
know it does, but at this point, based on that fight, they're more of a liability than they are an help.
I don't know about that. Stella helped quite a lot there.
Yes, but you had to bring her back from the brink of death twice.
I did, but she's back.
And if you're doing that, then you can't actually help with what's coming next.
But if the two of them are also hitting these things?
How many times did they actually hit anything?
Quite often. Well, Stella hit quite often. Leto was hitting it with its spells. Remember, they both called up and down Hellfire.
I think that this is more dangerous than any of us expected it to be in terms of difficulty.
It is definitely not matched my... I don't even know what that thing is at the moment.
Giant frog.
Saw that one. But yes.
I am concerned because they are going... I just feel like they're going to be more of a liability moving forward. And if we don't do anything... I'm just worried about having to offer an offensive while at the same time having to watch out for those we know are considerably more vulnerable, apparently, than we are.
Well, first we can know is that... Well... That requires you to be able to get them to leave.
I know.
So I think the first thing would be to even talk to them before you decide for them. Remember, same issue with Sia? I'm going to decide things for you rather than talk to you.
That's why I wanted to come discuss it with you. I think that they should go.
I think I can keep them up, but it will take some of me. But if I'm not doing that, then I'm casting spells, and then they're swinging at me. I'll be honest, I kind of like the fact that there is 2 people with armor in front of me. I will be honest about that.
I know.
She is your friend. Talk to her.
I have to talk to both of them.
If you convince her, I think he will go.
All right.
He looks at Leto. He's like, he's not a coward, but also I don't think he's going to charge in.
He's a bit of a pansy. Or a dandy is another word for it.
He grew up in a different circumstance.
Yes, that is very true. So you'll back me, though?
I will tell them that it is definitely dangerous, and that I have limited healing capabilities that I can do. But I can't also say that they are not helpful.
How many spells do you have left?
Oh, I can still do quite a lot. Okay. But every resource is limited in a sense.
Yes.
Okay. So.
All right. Well, let's go talk to him about this. I'm just gonna walk back over to Stella and kind of crouch down next to her and say, "How are you feeling?" That
was rough. I mean, that I have not been that down since our early training against those bearded devils.
Oh my
You remember that they constantly sent at us?
Yes, I feel like that was years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, granted. Yeah. Okay, so I find I'm going to lay it all out, and you tell me where you're at. I know you are not going to want to back down from a fight. I know you.
No.
And I admire that about you, and I've always loved that. You've always had my back. I feel that this is significantly more dangerous than any of us expected. And that it might be a good idea for you and Leto to go back.
You're kidding me, right?
No. I'm just letting you know this is where I am right now. This is how I feel.
So I'm going to ask you for the first persuasion or diplomacy check.
Okay.
To see how persuasive you are.
Oh, not very persuasive.
With her.
That is a 22.
Okay. With a 22, just saying, we've got I just realized I didn't have the chat open. Didn't have the chat open. Just make sure. Okay, good. Anna, if we go back, two things. One, we leave you.
I know.
To just handle this by yourself.
I know.
And I let you leave last time. I'm not letting you leave this time.
I'm fine, though.
And second, we go back. Anna, we're Hell Knights. If we go back without completing the mission, what happens?
I don't know.
We deserted our mission, Anna.
No, you didn't desert your mission. You were sent back on a strategic retreat. That is a very big difference, and you know that.
And I don't know if we can consider you the superior officer in our line of command in this.
I 100% believe I can. And my little wings a little flap.
You would believe that, wouldn't you?
Of course I would. I flap. I don't know. Are the wings still out, or has it been?
I think
you're probably getting real close.
Probably getting real close, yeah. And so she'll just be, there's no way that the Pervicar is going to be like, oh, you just ran away because it got hard. We don't do that, Anna.
I understand that, but if I send you back with some type of excuse that would make sense, it's just I don't want to see you dead.
You're going to roll me in a second diplomacy check now. You made your second point. Let's see how this goes.
You see if my heart chakra energy will make it roll really high because I want her to go. Oh, I should do that every time.
What was that?
That's an 18.
Okay.
So 36.
Okay, so you have one failure and one success. I'm convincing her. At this point, Leto kind of stops moaning, sits up, and gets and starts limping over. You can tell his leg is actually injured. And he starts limping over. He's like, you're telling us to leave. That you don't need us and we are wasted space.
Wow, how many words can you put in my mouth in one sentence?
Well, that's what you're saying.
Apparently many. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I do not want to be the responsibility of your deaths. You saw what just happened.
I see that we killed that thing. Is there in the ground?
I killed that. Yes, I did.
All by yourself?
I'm not saying
we didn't help at all.
I'm saying based on this small little incursion, you are outmatched. And Hell Knights are not stupid.
Neither are they cowards.
That's not being a coward.
So, here's your first attempt to convince Leto.
Just gonna keep freaking arguing with him, right? Okay. If it's a natural 20, can it just be that's it?
We'll see.
Okay, it's not a natural 20. 31.
31. Okay.
Leto. Was that a success?
Leto looks at you. What do you think, Stella? We did fall there. And Stella, but that's because we didn't use our combat tactics at all. Leto got way too close to the front. We didn't position ourselves well. Anna, you know how we should have fought.
Well, I mean, granted, I was up in the air.
At the end. You weren't at the air before then.
We were kind of boxed in when the fight started. Our options were incredibly limited.
So let's be, if we're more careful and not taken by surprise, this won't happen again.
How can you guarantee you're not going to get taken by surprise?
We were kind of all fascinated by the shinies.
I was being stealthy, and I was trying not to do something.
You were checking out shoes.
I was not checking out shoes. I put them on my feet.
Yeah.
There's a difference. I wasn't checking them out like I was going shopping.
No, but you were browsing the wares,
Oh,
and we were watching you. We weren't paying attention either. So we all need to be more careful, and we'll be fine.
The farther in we get, the more difficult it is going to be for you to get back if you are deeply injured.
This is true. Okay.
And you are more likely to be injured than I am.
Roll your check.
Come on. I don't want him to die. I don't want to cry today. Okay. 30. 30.
Stella looks at you and says, if it gets too bad, here's the thing, Anna. We're going through here. We're killing it. We're probably going to end up having to fight everything that is along this path, which means that if it gets too bad, we can get out. We have an escape route. There's no reason for us to leave before then.
Okay, but at my word, you go.
I'll make you this deal. I fall again, I will leave.
You fall again, you're dead.
He'll keep me back up. She points to Az.
It's putting a lot of faith in him.
You've put a lot of faith in him.
It's different. I'm in love with him.
You did it before then. I seem to recall you two running out of Infrarak together.
Well, that was
You
also
love him
because
then?
I was going
How
to
long
die.
is this going on
No, this
in
is
Infrarak
not. This
before
was
then?
not going on in Infrarak. There was nothing happening in Infrarak. This took a very long time. This took 2 years of gameplay and 3.5 months of in-game time for this to happen.
Wait, you guys roleplay together? You're into that? Sorry about that. Haley's just throwing stuff at me. By the way, you do hear and notice that over back where Az is at, Az is just like, covering his face and just laughing now at this part. And then he kind of puts on a serious face, comes over and like pulls Leto aside and then is going to start treating his wounds again.
Okay.
Which that will be a success, I believe.
A successor. But no, it wasn't happening that long. Brad.
So we'll get through this and we will survive.
All right.
That thing was nasty, by the way.
It was horrible. I absolutely hated it. And it was a giant frog with nasty tongue and tentacles. And just, it was horrible. So, no. All right. Well, I guess as soon as everyone is up to a good level, so is it...
Az comes over.
The wings are done now, and yep. I had done before the fight I had done
lay on hands
on Leto or on Stella because of the goop.
Oh, that was, yeah. So you can, I mean, we can count this as resting time.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask, is if she had...
Well, you need to spend 10 minutes praying to Pharasma.
Oh, for the love, really?
While Az treats wounds. Because right now he's going to treat yours.
I'm going to go in a corner. I'm going to go put baby in the corner. And
don't put baby in a corner.
Nobody puts baby in a corner. And then I'm going to do some...
pondering, meditating.
Mm-hmm. And all of that jazz.
So, Az attempts a medicine check on you and unfortunately fails. So he isn't able to heal you anymore right now. But he also does with Stella and does manage to succeed. Raising her up another 38. So Leto's looking... He was able to get most of Leto's wounds. Nothing grave. Nothing... Stella's a little more rough after his second medical treatment. She's looking better. She's up. She's stable. She's hankering to go, but she's definitely not at 100% yet.
Okay. Well, as soon as my 10 minutes is done, I'm going to go to I'm gonna just do lay on hands on myself.
All right.
And I'm gonna touch my chest, and I'm going to heal myself for 42 hit points.
All right, there we go. You are healed.
You are healed. 42. I seriously love this slider so much. Wait, no. Undo.
You went the wrong way?
I went the wrong way.
So add 84.
Well, that's just doing math.
Welcome to your Math Rocks and Pathfinder.
Thank you.
Pathfinder,
so
where you have to be able to add higher than 20. I know, it's hard.
It's so hard. So rough.
All right.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so your party is now up. Everyone is standing and ready to go. Bandages on them. Leto's got a couple, tied on tight and stuff like that. Grabs the staff he's got there. And they kind of say, okay, what's the order we want to take you? Because we don't want to be taken unawares again.
I am going to suggest...
On in the front.
Yes. Squishies in the middle. Stella in the back.
Squishies in the middle. Yeah. Signifier in the middle with him. And then Squishies. Stella, you got my back? And Stella's like, of course.
All right. Let's try and do this stealthily. Yes?
Let's try.
Okay. All right. That is a 13. I got 21 for stealth, so 13 plus 21 is 34. 34.
Az doesn't roll so well.
Then let me do stealth for Bruce.
Ooh! Az doesn't do well, but Leto rolls a natural 20.
Nice. And then Bruce got a 31.
All right, so you guys are stealthy.
We are being utter stealth.
So, Hayley, I'm now going to ask you to click on that map link that I sent you.
Haha.
Let's change screens real quick here. Make sure everyone can still hear us.
What just happened? Oh, why does it do this? I hate that it does this.
Oh, give me a second. It looks like our players with this view lost their music.
I got my music. I
can
still hear.
They can't hear it.
Oh, the viewers.
Yeah.
Les viewers.
Although the viewers aren't being able to hear it anyway.
Oh.
Give me a moment. Huh.
Well,
this is weird. It's not going through at all. Give me one moment. Here, it's going quiet for us. Just a second. Give me one moment. We're dealing with apparently some issues on our sound real quick. Give me one moment.
Okay.
What's up?
Okay. Weston is over here checking all of the things and the things and the stuff and the things. The things and the stuff and the things. So, it's like the second to last Friday of the month, or of January. Is super fun. Weston has perplexed face.
Well, sorry, audience. You don't get audio for some reason.
Okay, that's freaking weird. I don't know.
We've got it, but you don't get it. So, but they should be able to see the map.
Yes.
All right, so you see where you're at. So you are the swords. You've got, Az is the star, Stella the shield, and Leto the sorcerer.
Weird
thingy.
spidery thing?
Yep, weird spidery thing. So,
and then there's little Bruce.
So the room that you went in, so you found trash in this first room. Second room is where you found the chest.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. So I think we're just going to keep heading the direction that looks like it goes just farther inward to the space. And are we like, is this like Phantom of the Opera? Like, what's happening? I love it.
No, it's not.
This is like Phantom of the Opera. This is like, we're under the opera house right now.
Well, you'll actually find this funny. It's actually it's the Catacombs music, but this is actually from the Catacombs and Curse of Strahd official one.
Ooh, that's fun. The Curse of Strahd.
All right, so you are going to
so we're just going to continue moving forward to like just farther in.
Okay.
However, since we're being stealthy, I still want to like kind of within view sight, like every 10 feet or so, I want to kind of look around and see if I can see anything that looks out of the ordinary, that looks like it might be
okay, so
an alien hiding.
So this is one thing we have not done a lot in
We have not done
in this campaign, but this is exploration.
Yeah.
Okay? And during exploration, there are a couple of different things that you can do. You can scout. You can have someone set up as a scout. That party member gets a +1 circumstance bonus to their initiative for scouting. So everyone gets, if you have someone that is specifically scouting and looking around, then everyone gets a +1 on their initiative.
Oh, okay. Well, I would like to scout.
Okay. You can have someone repeating a spell, such as Detect Magic. You can have someone searching for hidden doors or hazards as they go. And these are all things that you can do as your exploration activities.
Okay, I probably would want... Can Az be doing like a Detect Magic spell kind of thing?
Well,
or is it like I have to be doing one thing and then it's my thing?
Yeah. Okay. So everyone identifies a different role that they play in the party. So you might have, you being the scout up in the front, and then let's see. Yeah, so you've also got Follow the Expert, which gains you a bonus. So there's quite a few things. If you got someone that has a shield, they can actually do defend, and they have their shield raised before their first turn even begins. So they get to have their shield up the entire time to protect.
Okay, well then I will just do the me part of looking for stuff.
Okay. Now, if you are doing these things, you are moving at half speed.
Oh.
Because you are moving slow to be stealthy and to do these other things. So... another one is avoid notice. So I imagine, Anna, you're avoiding notice.
Yes.
Or is Leto avoiding notice because he rolled a natural 20 on it?
Oh.
What was your stealth roll?
31.
Okay,
32.
I think you win. So you're avoiding notice. Az will be doing perception. Have Az be the scout. Leto be casting Detect Magic. And then Stella's just in the back. Defending in case someone attacks from the rear.
Okay. Okay. Let's do that then. Okay, so I just roll, and then what am I adding to it?
You already rolled. You already rolled your stealth check, right?
So yeah, it was so it's just stealth.
Yep. It's
okay.
You roll
32.
stealth. All right. So you continue slowly, creeping your way much more cautiously than before.
Technically, we were stealthy last time too.
Yep. Just someone rolled a really bad roll.
Yep.
A couple rolled really bad rolls in your stealth.
It was like stupid.
As you round the corner, you do have with Az looking around and scouting. He is able to point out a couple of different green oozes that are on the ceilings and in different corners to have you avoid as you go through the area.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
You continue down, seeing the evidence. Now that you really know what you're looking for, you can see the evidence all over on the ground of where impact has been made. Probably the tentacles of the froghemoth at some point in the past, slamming down onto the mosaic floors. Mm-hmm. You hear the dripping, dripping, dripping above. As you come around the corner and begin to head your way, you do see up ahead where the road, where it does kind of branch. You have one place where you can turn to this is my left, to the left, that continues to follow where the sewer goes. And then straight ahead, there's a door. There is an opening to pass over the sewer area and out of the water.
I think I would like to do that. I just go kind of like up out of the sewers.
Oh, sorry. I was preempted areas that we were at. No, actually, you come to the end and you do see there is a room on one side, and then it heads up that way.
But we'd have to cross the river to get to that room.
You would.
I don't want to do that. I think we just keep going.
Okay.
Forward.
You continue along down the wet and nasty area. You do notice it starts to... Beforehand, it's almost like the waters had rushed things out. Up here, it starts to smell a little bit more as you move closer. As you come around the corner, though, you begin to see people.
Oh, no.
Standing against the walls.
I was about to say, these people that...
At attention.
Don't move.
You can see them just ahead.
Yeah, these are. I'm gonna kind of lean back a little bit, like stop and get right next to Az, so I can whisper to him and be like, "I think these are the people that little one talked about."
The ones that didn't move.
Yes, it was like they were in like a trance or something.
What are you whispering about? From Leto.
Oh my god. Shh. Just shh. Do you think we should try and like just go around them, or?
I mean, yeah, they are in the way. I mean, because the way you see it is they're
like against the wall,
They're
right?
against the walls, almost like as if you were part of a procession, and they were all there standing at attention, like introducing you into the room.
Okay, I want to walk up to the first one and just kind of like see if there's any reaction at all to stimuli. So I'm like going to kind of touch it a little bit.
Touch it a little bit? Or touch the person a little bit?
The person a little
bit.
Bit.
Let's roll a perception check.
That is, I believe, a 20. 29.
29. With that, you take a deep, close look, and you know what? While you can definitely see they're people, they appear to be breathing, but very shallowly. Almost not at all. This is almost like someone in a coma, but yet they are standing with their eyes open.
Okay. I guess we'll just go around them. There doesn't seem to be any real stimulation. Like they don't seem to like be doing anything. So I think we'll just go around them.
Okay.
And hope that they don't wake up. I mean, otherwise, the other option we have is to just kill them as we walk down.
That's
not a real option.
I don't really want to do that.
No,
that is barbaric.
That's not a good thing. So...
Okay.
Might just go around them.
As casting this, or Leto, I believe he was casting detect magic, consistently. Kind of walks up to them, and just like, that is, wow.
It's unnerving. I know. Just I guess just try
but
not
the
to.
magical energies. Oof.
Yes, just don't.
Okay, well, let's get out of here as fast as we can. Let's hurry and get this done.
Right, sounds good.
As you begin walking forward, definitely unnerved by the what's before you. Suddenly, as you're walking, Az stops.
What is it?
Looks around.
What is it?
Why are we here? What do
you mean?
Where are we?
Az?
This is a weird place.
Az.
Yes.
What do you mean, where are we?
Where are we? Like, what are we doing here?
Oh, this is not good.
We should get back to Ravenel.
No, we're not going back to Ravenel, darling. We're here to defeat Guthwaldwyn. Leto. Something is happening. I need you to do something.
And Leto kind of walks up. He's like, with what?
Something's affecting Az. Something's affecting his mind. Can you put up like a shield or something to stop it? Can you do something magical to make it go away?
I always love fighters who are just like, do something magical. Okay.
Well, you're the one that actually knows how to do it.
I
don't know how to do it.
I'll know exactly what would do everything. Let me see. Well, let us attempt this. And he puts his hand on Az, and then he is going to attempt to dispel magic. So let's attempt a counteract. Okay.
If I was still a Leia, I could do it.
Yep. Yes, you totally could. And he puts his hand on Az's head, and then concentrating. Kind of. I feel a similar magic on him as on them. Let me see it real quick. And then you watch as Az just kind of goes, whoa, like he got hit in the forehead really hard. And he's like, oh. I was very confused for a moment.
Yes, you were. Something was trying to, like, connect with your brain and get you to leave.
Well, that is disconcerting.
Yes, it is.
Let's watch each other. We must remember that the big things that they control minds.
Yes, they do. That's true.
So let's watch each other and be careful.
Right. If you begin to feel confused at all, you must say something. Yes? Are we all in agreement?
Yes.
Right. I guess we'll just move forward then.
And as, again, kind of shaking his head, kind of like, ow, I've got a bad migraine now. You continue forward. Again, everything is just, there's tons of people there. But you notice there are gaps. Like, everyone's lined up, and then suddenly a couple of spaces, exactly the right width for a couple extra people, are not there, and then there's a couple more people, and so on as it lines the walls.
Okay, I'm just going to take note of that. I don't think there's literally nothing else I can really do other than just...
As you round the corner, you do come to, again, what I mentioned before, where you notice that the actual sewer area begins to curve off, and ahead you have a couple options of turning.
All right. I think we should move. Which direction looks like it's actually like moving out of the sewers?
It's a little difficult to tell as you walk up. I mean, do you want to look in the different areas? Do you want to kind of do a look here and then it's like that? You don't have to just barge right in.
Yeah, no, I want to kind of like investigate a little bit and figure out where.
Okay, which area do you want to try and investigate and look down first?
I guess it's just directly. I mean, unless is the sewers at this point wide enough that we can like easily hop over?
It'll be a bit of a slog. I mean, you can definitely do it.
I do not want to do it if it's a slog. I'll just kind of investigate what's directly in front of us at the moment, and because I don't want to jump over anything.
So what the area that curves up to that?
Yes.
Okay.
So like, hold on, where's my pointer? Here's my pointer. Like this area here. And
okay. Well, here. Actually, you've moved. Yeah, at this point, you guys have moved. I need to move you. You guys have moved up here.
Over here. Over here. Okay. Well, then kind of.
And then your doggy.
Then like here. Areas.
Okay. Roll your perception check.
Oh, that is sad. That is a natural one.
Ooh.
So, 20.
20. Okay. So, as you look around the corner, you see a mass, kind of like a pile up there of something. You can't quite tell. It's too dark down that corner.
All right. So, there's something ahead of us. I don't know what it is, but it's ahead of us. So, yeah.
So
I really can't tell what it is, so I don't know if I feel comfortable moving forward. Suggestions? Like, do we just go?
I mean, we can. Or
I guess we'll just go. All right. Be on your guard. We're going to just move forward and hope it's not going to try to eat us.
Now, what do you have? There are torches and things in different parts. And with your low light vision, it hasn't been a problem. But Leto can't really see a whole ton now. This area does not have any light in it.
At all?
This area, as you go down, I said it was dark. You couldn't see it with low light vision. And Leto's a human. And Stella is an orc, and I don't know if they have low light vision either.
Okay. All right. I have like the thing, like I have I've got like we can like torch this thing, right? Like we've either got torches in our bags.
Yeah, I believe you guys have some torches in your bags.
Okay.
So yes, you pull out a torch.
I'm gonna pull out one of those and light it. Light it up.
There we go. I was waiting for that.
You know me way too well.
So you take a couple steps in as you light the torch to light the area. Mm-hmm. And before you even get far enough in, as you pull it out, you know how sometimes there's a delay on smells.
Oh, dear.
And as you light it, your eyes you begin to comprehend what your nose was already trying to tell you. As you see
decayed flesh.
Piles of decay.
Oh, gross.
In strange configurations. Like, some of it makes sense, some of it doesn't. Like,
do they look like human bodies?
That's like, an arm. That's an arm.
Oh, dear.
That's a leg. I don't know what that is.
Can we not do that without? Ah, frick. Okay.
Roll me. Oh wait, actually, I will.
It's gross. It's very gross.
Yeah, it is definitely gross. The smell is putrid.
Just be like, I think I figured out where the other missing bodies are.
And you're lucky because you managed to roll me a reflex save.
Jeez.
You stopped rubbing. That's your problem.
25.
25. Okay. Now, one thing I am going to tell you, Hayley, is that generally I rely on the chat, but we've got fewer people here today. So one thing, you took time to actually investigate, which is new for
I know, it's
Anna.
new for
So
Anna.
I am giving you another hero point, so you now have 2 hero points.
Okay, so I should probably use that then.
I will allow you to, because you actually spent some time and you tried to investigate. So I give you.
That's much better. 14. So 33.
33. As you're looking at this ooze, at this nastiness, you do see, you notice it before it has a chance to strike, and jump out of the way as a ooze does try to latch itself onto you. You notice, looking at this, that there are a number of different oozes just decaying this flesh away slowly.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Can we fireball it. I'm gonna take a step to the back and be like, just fireball it.
Anna, you're being loud. That would be very loud. Just back up.
And slowly take a step back.
You did notice also, though, with the perception check that I rolled for you, that this ended in a grate that then is taking in water from up above. This is not an area you could walk through any farther. It's as if the bodies all got thrown in here with the expectation that at some point, and maybe when it flooded, they would all get pushed downstream, and it just hasn't happened, and they've piled up too high to now be pushed out with the current.
Okay. Okay. So, what do we do?
The other ways.
We go the other way. Okay.
We have to cross.
Are they going to be in the...
Can we take a couple of steps back to be just a little farther away from this before we cross that water?
Yes, of course. We can. Yes. She's so grossed out right now by all of this that it's like, oh my gosh. Give me dragon flesh and fire any moment, but this is just nasty.
So as you, and now...
She'll take a couple of steps back and...
So you guys back up to kind of where you were at, because you were up here. So I'll just go ahead and reveal on the map. So you came down this way, where it ended there, and the bodies and were piled up right there. And then you're going to take a step back here, and then you're going to cross?
Yes.
Roll me an athletics check for your swimming.
Because that is all blocked off. Okay. Okay. I don't mind doing that.
Okay. And Az is going to use his... you watch as you're doing this, Az just kind of goes... Whew, and then you watch as he concentrates, closes his eyes, takes a deep breath.
39.
Whoa. Okay.
My athletics is 24.
Well, all righty then. If you say so, fine. But as will... Ooh! And as he takes a deep breath, suddenly opens his eyes, kind of shrugs his shoulders, and then jumps in. And, apparently, Az is a long dead ancestor, or the ancestor of Az is connected with Michael Phelps or something like that, because he's swims in there, rolling beautifully for a 35 on that athletics check, and gets across the water no problem.
Nice. Okay.
Leto also manages to make it. Go ahead and roll for Stella, because you'd have a high athletics like you would.
Come on, Stella. Then 8.
Okay.
So are we just using my athletics?
Yeah, I would use your athletics, because you'd have very
32.
similar.
32.
32. Okay, yeah. So she, again, very easily is able to cross.
Well, she's an ogre, or not an ogre. She's an orc too.
Orc,
so
yep.
She's good.
It's the orc. She's Paizo orc. Fighting for freedom for all TTRPGs.
Woohoo!
But okay, so you all managed to cross. You do notice, though, as you're swimming, that now that you know it, you can smell it on the water as you go through. just this slight putridness as you get to the other side, crawl up, and then begin to pull yourself out to then continue. So,
all right.
As you see on the map, you now have 2 directions you can go.
All right. We've got to get out. I want to kind of look at what's down, like over here a little bit.
All right.
'Cause I feel like this might take us to into the out.
As you walk down there and kind of turn your head a little, you do see that this continues to take you in deeper, but you're now gotten away from the sewer area. It still looks like this is all built underground, definitely still part of the same subterranean, but it's not all wet in here.
Right. So looking that way, can I then kind of look this way?
Okay, you want to come back and look that way?
Yes.
So you follow down that hall just a little bit.
Yeah, not super far.
You do see a door. Closed. Yes.
There's a door. Right there. Should we go look at it?
The great defeater of adventurers everywhere. And so Az is going to stealthily.
I heard of called Vox Machina.
Az is going to stealthily as he can, walk up, check the door. It's unlocked. Turns the handle. It opens just a little bit. He's like, kind of like motioning for like, I open, you stand there.
Yes.
Ready for choppy chop?
Grab the sword out.
Okay, and then he pulls the door open a little bit. Roll me a fortitude save.
Okay. Okay, it's a 6. So 28.
28. The smell, once that door cracks open, is horrific. And you are sickened by it. It is horrible, and you are now sickened 1.
Stop it.
Az rolled a nat 20 on that.
Oh,
so Az is like manages to cover his mouth and nose quickly enough and move away from the door. Doesn't even open it completely. And he's like, comes to you. He's like, I think I know what's in there. Oh, and push.
Dead. Dead bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, I guess we're going the other way.
Why are there so many down here?
I have no idea. They're doing something with them. I have no idea.
I imagine the souls. What's that?
Yes, they're leaving empty vessels, so...
I guess, yeah. What did the other I mean, did their bodies look intact?
No, they looked like they were pieces.
That's weird. Okay.
They've been mutilated in some way.
Ugh. All right.
I know.
And Stella and Leto are looking at you guys like, what's that smell?
We need to get out of this sewer area as fast as possible. Let's go this way.
Okay.
And then head down that other hallway.
All right, you head into this hallway. You do see that here you do have 2 options. Which one's the pointer?
The pointer is between the little measure thing and the little piece of paper.
Measure thing.
It looks like a funky raindrop to the side.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So, there's an entrance here. There's a passageway there, and then you can also tell you can go up here.
I want to head continuing this way.
Okay.
To see if we see any freaking stairs.
As you enter that way, you see 2 narrow passageways that almost appear to have been like dug. Because it's almost like they connected into these ancient sewers at some point from above, and it does start to angle upward through these 2 areas.
Okay, I want to sniff This is going to sound funny, but I want to sniff around and see if I smell as strong a putrid, decaying smell as was in that other corridor. So would that just be perception? Sure.
Yeah, because you don't have like necessarily like precision smelling, but you can just smell. Like, does it smell? You know, the air doesn't smell so foul up here.
36.
36. It's still like, it doesn't smell like that room, but there is this like general permeation that's going on. You know, someone used, you know, the bathroom door got left open and you can smell everything.
So gross. Okay. All right. I'm just going to, we'll just continue forward. I do like just still doing like investigatory, like figuring out what's going on kind of things.
Okay.
Like not wanting to like fall into something.
So you're going to, which one of these passageways are you going to take?
The one on the far side's good.
Yep. So
where you put my dude.
All right. So you all begin to come up here. As you go up, move up, you look down this hallway. Again, looks like it was scraped out, dug out in some manner. But as you walk up, you look through to the other side, and there is a automaton, small. Looks to almost like similar to a spider in its build, and it is creeping along, holding what looks like are some body parts that it's transporting. And as you stand in the hallway, it stops.
Oh, for the love.
And lets out a squeal as the alarm it sounds.
Can I smash it really quickly?
And you're welcome to try.
I want to smash it with my sword, which in mid-fling becomes bludgeoning damage and turns into a giant, like hammer.
Okay, let's see if you can smash with a hammer.
Oh, frick.
What'd you roll?
It's a 5.
Okay.
Give my weapons.
Now,
32.
Did you throw the weapon?
Is it... How far away was it?
It's at the end of that hallway. You're a good 20, 25 feet away from it.
Oh, bloody hell. Then yes, I'd have to throw it.
You'd have to throw it, which means then you'd have to like go get it.
I'm going to just run up and try and hit it.
Okay. Then we're going to have to start combat and do some initiative.
Right,
so let's do that.
Shall we take a quick break?
Yes, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we will be jumping straight into combat with some fun little creepies.
Oh my gosh.
Here we go.
So
be right back in 5.
Christian Salazar has like a massive box of eggs. And it says, brand new, never used, willing to trade for a Mercedes or Lamborghini. No lowballing. I know what I got.
We're live. We're
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, what's up? So, I have a friend on Facebook, and I'm trying right now to only get on like Facebook like once a week or whatever, but he has this picture of like a massive cart, like one of those big boxes of eggs, and he says brand new, never used, willing to trade for Mercedes or Lamborghini, no lowballing. I know what I got. And like it just cracks me up because it was
so
like not
right
even
now.
a week ago that I was in the grocery store and I called Weston like super upset because the normal amount of eggs that we buy on a regular basis was like $25. And I was like,
right.
WTF?
Let's see if I can get this battle cam working.
Initiated.
Come on, connect. There it is. All right, good. Give me 1 second. Let's zoom in a little bit there. Ooh, I think it's crooked.
The cam? I
Yeah,
can't
the camera.
even see it. I'm just gonna.
And then let's go ahead and let's turn off that window capture. And there's the battle cam. Boom.
Woohoo!
All right, so let's roll that initiative, Haley.
Okay. Ooh.
But let's turn that one off.
Am I still sick?
You never took time to vomit.
Frick, I didn't never. Oh, man.
So you take a -1.
Yep.
However, you do get a +1 because someone was taking the seek action.
Oh, okay. So then it just cancels it out.
Cancels out.
Okay. Okay, cool. So that is a 1918 37
Okay.
for Anna. And then do you want me to do one for Stella too?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
That was a 2 for Stella. So
Okay.
whatever she's got.
All right. Give me 1 second. Just getting all these monsters all trackable for me.
I like his music. I'm like, do.
And our music is provided by Sirenscape.
Sirenscape for all of your TTRPG gaming needs.
For your
Music.
audio.
Needs.
Music.
Music.
Yeah. Sound effects
needs.
type thing. All right. So.
And our other music is provided by Epidemic Sound, but that is not a requirement of using it to tell you that. I just wanted to tell you that.
They got good stuff. They should.
They do. They actually have really, really good stuff. I know a lot of content creators that use Epidemic.
Okay, so you got that roll. What you rolled for that initiative?
Yeah, so 37 for me, and Stella rolled a 2.
All right.
Plus whatever she's got. So
37, so a nice low roll for you. 37. Jeez.
Nice super low roll.
All right, let's see what Az rolls for his. Ooh, Az rolls a natural 20.
What? I haven't had a single natural
For 40.
20.
That's nice. And then for... Oh, jeez. I just realized
Oh,
I'm
geez.
not... Oh, there.
I didn't know. Oh, geez.
I don't know where Stella's sheet is.
Oh. I do not
I'm
know.
missing one of my NPCs.
Do we?
It's okay. It's okay. Give me 1 second.
I can grab, because it was just the Hell Knight pair of a car, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think we had a sheet for her last time. I just pulled it up on.
We did. I just printed it off
Oh.
from there. So yeah, it's the pair of a car there. All right, cool. So she rolled an 8. So that's a 28 for Stella.
Okay.
28 there. And then Leto. Leto's actually doesn't have very high perception. But that's a 28 for him.
Jeez, Leto, come on. You're letting everybody down.
All right, so Az goes first. Heck yeah.
Az goes first?
Yeah, I rolled a natural 20
Oh,
on that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So as seeing this little creature, walking around down there, is going to let off a blast. And let's see what he blasts him with. Fireball's too big. I want to save those. As you need to look at your spells a little earlier. There we go. Sudden bolt. Let's blast him with a nice sudden bolt there. So that is 1d4, and it is a basic reflex save from the creature. So let's see. Roll that reflex. Ooh, it fails. That's a failure. So then Az does 4d12 damage to it.
Wow.
How
much?
It was 4d12, and I rolled a 2 and 3 3s for 11 points of damage is all.
Holy cow.
That stinks.
That sucks.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. So, and then as for his final action, you know what? Okay. Az is going to... cast that. Oh, he has to cast it on himself. Does he have anything else that's one? I don't think he does. Nope. Okay, that's all that I can do there. He's actually then going to aid you. He's gonna... Yeah, Az is gonna, as he blasts that, he's gonna pick up a rock and throw it at it.
Yes.
To just try and distract it.
Az, you're so great.
And he fails. Like, he throws it, and it just, like, doesn't make it all the way there to hit it. So, doesn't assist you much. Anna, you're up.
Hold on. Anna's...
Taking pictures?
Handlers.
Oh, pictures. I didn't transition my screen to show the battle cam. There we go.
Is a very cool. Okay.
Anna, what you gonna do?
Anna is going to run forward with one action.
Okay.
And smash it.
Okay. So she's gonna use her action to move. Let's see, how many feet would that be?
She can go 25 feet.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 25 will get you just right there, which is just in range.
Okay, good. And then she's going to smash it with her sword.
All right, smash it.
Wait. She would like to do... Can I do like a perception or something to see if I see any blue glows?
It would take one of your actions, I would say.
I'm sorry, I'm like moving your camera.
It would take one of your actions to do so. So you would only have one action left.
Frick. I'm trying to remember. Okay, hold on. Is my great sword an adamantine sword?
It is.
Okay.
Well, no.
Is it?
It's the bastard sword, isn't it?
No, I think it's a great sword that's an adamantine sword.
I think we put it in there properly, so does it say?
It just says +1 striking great sword.
What does your bastard sword say?
Silver.
Yeah, that's your silver one. So that means...
So is the bastard sword
I believe
adamantine?
the bastard sword was your adamantine.
Because we don't have it listed as adamantine on here. So, okay. All right, we'll stick.
Which one does force damage?
The bastard sword.
That's the adamantine.
Okay. All right, we're just going to keep with that sword then, and we'll just do a two-handed strike at it. Power strike! I forgot the word there for a second.
All right, power strike. All right, so go ahead. Take the swing.
Okay, so that is a 36 to hit.
Okay. You definitely hit that thing.
Okay. Is it a crit?
It is.
Oh, there we go. There's 12. All right. 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 19. Plus 1d6. Which is a 2. So 21.
So 42.
42 points.
42 points of damage to this creature. Okay, that was quite the hit.
That's all my turn.
Okay, so as you're standing there and you attack this, automaton creeping thing, suddenly you hear lots and lots of sounds of metal clanking against the floor. as these other ones begin to move up and just start crowding the hallway.
Oh, jeez. They're seriously like replicators.
And this one is going to move up. Those two are going to, and they're going to attack you.
And that didn't like take him out, like that one 42
nope,
points of damage did not take it out.
That did not. And actually, the one attacking you, managed to roll 2 19s.
Oh my gosh.
So,
It has to be higher than
42 hits, right?
Yes, it hits. It does not crit.
Okay. Does a 37 hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Both of those hit.
All right. So on the first one, you are going to load roll on that low roll. 11 points of bludgeoning damage as it hits you with its gripper.
Jeez, 11 with a freaking gripper?
And then as it hits you with one of its spikes, on that one, you take 20 points of piercing damage.
Jeez. Okay. Piercing. So, okay. Okay. All right.
All right, and then the second one that ran up there attacks you. I don't think does a 32 hit? Okay. It hits you. It goes to swipe at you twice, your armor blocking it, you dodging out of the way. Leto is up.
Get him, Leto.
So Leto is like, ooh, they're all grouped together. Mm-hmm. This is kind of nice. And so he is going to then, let's see what he's got. We got too many spellcasters. He's just going to use that one. He is going to, having these be metallic things, he thinks that some acid will do nicely. And so he is going to attack.
Acid damage. Oh, no.
He rolled really low.
You should give him a hero point.
He doesn't have a hero point. He's an NPC.
Well,
so
NPCs are people.
He attacks once and he misses them. Oh. And then, as usual, he will throw up his shield.
A shield.
So, then that brings us to Stella. Why don't you go ahead and decide where Stella would move?
Okay, Stella is probably going to run straight up.
Now, she can move the same 20 that you can, right?
25?
You can move 25. You can only move 25 because of the boots you got. She can move 20.
Okay, well, have
so
her
she
use
would have to
two
move
actions
twice.
Then. So 2 actions to move.
All right, go ahead and move her.
Up.
Go ahead and grab her.
And that would actually bring her like right here.
Yep. And then go ahead and roll a d20 for her attack. Hey, Dooms!
Oh, man, that's an 8.
Okay. That is a 29, which will hit. So go ahead and roll 2d6.
Okay. That's it? 2d6?
Yep, she doesn't have all the cool stuff you do on her sword. What, is this the same one that you attacked, or is this a different
one? This one. So
okay, not the one you attacked.
Not the same one I attacked. So it's a 7. It's 8. 8 points of damage.
Okay. 8 plus 8. So 16 points of damage.
Okay.
All right. Az is back up. Get back to the beginning.
Okay, Az.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Az is going to then... Oh, there's a better one. Do you know what? But they are all grouped together, which is a perfect time for a fireball.
It really is.
It is a perfect time for a fireball. So he's going to drop, he's going to say, screw it. And then he is going to put his hands out, and then he is going to blast at the end of the hall so that way it doesn't hit you.
Okay.
A fireball to try and encompass all of them. It won't catch the one that's next to you and that Stella's attacking, because it would catch you then. But he's going to catch all the rest of them.
Okay.
So go ahead, and I got to roll some reflex saves.
How reflexive are you?
Can you actually do it? 17. Ooh. Okay, so 4 of them managed to avoid to save. The other ones don't. And it does 30 points of damage.
Nice.
So they are looking rough.
God, freaking I can't do anything magic-wise with that. It's very obnoxious.
So, okay, we didn't attack that one.
Yes. I make funny noises like that.
And those that did succeed take 15 points
I don't...
of damage on that.
My freaking computer. What do you mean I don't have...
Okay. So, Anna, you're up.
All right. Anna is going to take immediately, using the swipe action.
Okay.
She is going to try and hit the 2 that are here.
Okay, go ahead and do it.
All
Swipe
right,
it.
first double check.
So you...
It works. Yeah, okay.
Roll once and it hits both of them.
Yeah. Come on, baby. Baby needs a new pair of shoes. No! No! That is... No!
You do have 1 hero point left.
Yeah, I'm going to freaking use it. That was crap. You are not...
So, and our viewers here, Dooms, and then I can't see the other one. My screen's got a little too small. Thank you for joining us. And remember, you can use channel points to award hero points to our
We
players.
are not below begging.
Oh, it's Splash Bear.
Oh, Splash Bear. If you want
And Dooms, so.
Okay.
Reroll that.
Come on. Natural 20.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay, so damage for both of those. Do you want me to do 2 separate damage rolls or just 1 and then apply it to 2?
I think you just do 1 and it applies to both. That's the way it works.
So 8, 9. So 17 plus 9.
So 17 plus 9.
So 17 plus 9, 26 plus 1, D6, which is a 6.
So that was 26, right? We had 26 plus 6, 32.
Yes.
Doubled is 64 points of damage.
But it's doubled because was that a...
You rolled a natural 20, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep. We're good,
Okay.
guys. We're good.
Okay.
Because it's a swipe, so it goes for both of them.
Yes, it goes for both of them. So,
Are they both dead now? Please,
no, one of them
still not dead.
Well, one of them is dead. One of them is definitely dead.
The
other
one
one
attacked first.
Yes. The one standing by Stella is definitely starts to sizzle and stuff like that. You do notice as you wait.
What are you? It's dead.
As you swipe this thing though, and you pass straight through it, you do see the blue light of a core there within it. And as you swipe through it...
I better not come back to life.
Oh, no. The core detonates.
What?
And you take 16 points of bludgeoning damage as it explodes.
You're vicious. Okay.
Okay.
All right, that's it.
All right, so the rest of these. So that one takes out. And then this one's going to move up. And 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 that one's going to come at you. There we go. So they're all going to just come up together. So
Okay.
One of them, see, let's attack Stella.
No, that was only 2 actions.
Okay.
Swipe is only 2 actions.
Okay, you want to take one more hit against that one next to you?
I am going to throw it to Bruce.
Okay.
And I want Bruce to run. Hold on, let me see. What's his feet? He's 40 feet. So Bruce can run. Oh, he can't get on the other side of those, though.
No, he can't flank them.
Okay, but he can run up.
Mm-hmm.
And then... Oh, it's like all the way over there. Ah, okay, Bruce. We'll just say he's sharing a square with me.
Okay. Well, he's right behind you, right next to you.
Yeah, and then he's going to attack one that's in front.
Okay, the one attacking Stella?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll the attack.
Okay. It's a 9. Where is that? There it is. So 30.
That will hit.
To hit. Okay. All right, that's 2d8. D8s are the funny diamond ones.
Yep, one down there. There's another one right by it. You just pushed it out of the way. Okay.
Oh, ha! I did. I actually prefer to use these softer ones.
All right.
So 8 and 5. So 13 plus 6.
All right. What does he do
19.
to it? What does he do to it?
His jaws just clamp down on the joint from the thorax into one of the legs, and just like chomps right at that little intersection and starts to vigorously shake his head.
Okay. And as he begins to vigorously shake his head, it explodes in his mouth.
No!
So you all take 20 points of damage.
Frick. This is a problem. We need to get back and do some fireballs. So 20 points of damage?
20 points of damage to you.
Bloody hell. Okay.
All right, so.
It's not good.
That one's gone. These ones move up to try and attack you. And let's see as they try and attack the three of you. What's, dang, that's some good rolls. Okay, so they're going to manage to hit. The way I'm going to do this, because it kind of came out even 3 and 3. So I'm going to have one attack against each of one damage roll against one against you, one against Bruce, and one against Stella.
Okay.
So we got 2d8 plus 6. So 16 points of damage against you.
Okay.
12 against Bruce.
Okay.
And 10 against Stella. All right, Az is back up.
All right.
So, Az he's seeing all of you like this, and so he is actually going to run up to here, and then he's going to 3-action heal and burst.
Okay.
And so that is a 3-action heal, is going to hit everyone in a 30-foot radius. So let's roll that, and that, ooh, that's a good roll.
This is helpful.
And I'm going to re-roll one of those because I have my mask, which adds another 4.
Because you're a halfling?
No, that's because I have the magical item that lets me re-roll one low numbers on my healing rolls. Okay. So that is 32 points of healing to everyone there.
Nice. I like those numbers. Nope, that's damage. Stop it.
Yeah, don't hurt yourself. But that will be the end of his turn. Anna, you're back up.
Okay, Anna is going to... Hold on. I've got to finish this for the dog. I am going to shout at Stella, and I'm going to say, "Get back! Like now!" And I'm going to move back in front of Az.
Okay.
No, actually, just kidding. Hold on. Reverse that. I'm going to attack first, and then I'm going to do that. So I'm going to attack first. Do swipe.
Okay.
At the 2 in front. Just 11. So 30. No. Wait, hold on. 39.
So wait, which one are you attacking?
39 to hit. So I'm doing swipe.
Okay.
So I'm attacking both of the 2 that are here.
All right, and a 39, that will crit.
39.
That will crit.
Okay. Come on, baby. Like super, super high. Just like 12s on both of them. Just 12s. Just 12s on both of them. 8s on both of them isn't bad.
Nope, that's not.
So 16 plus 9 is... What's 16 plus 9? 9, 12.
16 plus 9 is 25.
25.
So.
And then, hold on. Then 1d6. That was just 1.
Okay, so 52 points of damage total.
Yeah.
All right.
To both of them. And then I'm going to yell that at Stella and move back. And on Bruce's turn, I'm also going to have him move wherever he is. I'm trying to feel him. Oh, he's already kind of back. But I'm going to have him move back too. Like in front of Az.
Okay. All right. There we go. All right. So now the creatures. A bunch of these creatures. These two. They are going to come over here. And they're going to try and... those two are going to try and swarm Stella. While this one comes up here.
Kind of knowing that that's where it is.
Oh, you're taking away my wall?
I am. I would like to be able to see.
Oh, you can't see it?
No.
Ooh, does that one hit? Does that one hit?
Mine's 35.
Oh, no. Stella manages to get missed.
Nice.
As they clank against her armor, missing her. One of them, though, does go for your doggy that is there. Will a 31 hit him?
It's a really good question. Yes.
Okay. I rolled 2 1s.
Oh.
So it does, total is 8 points of piercing damage to him.
Nice. Okay.
So Leto
kind of scrapes off the side.
Yep, Leto's going to go now, and he's actually going to let out a spell as he suddenly throws up his hands and then brings them down the center of them. And he says, "Cover your ears!" And as he lets out this blast of, I can do it at 30 feet, but 10-foot burst of sonic damage around. And let's see if they succeed their saves. Couple of them don't, actually. So, let's roll that. Ooh, oh, that was almost good. So, 15 points of damage against 3 of these.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that kills the one that's in front of me.
Oh.
That's by Stella. So...
Okay.
I'm going to give, now that you guys know this is coming, I'm going to allow Estella a reflex save.
Okay.
To get out of the way. So go ahead and roll that for her.
So 12.
Plus her reflex is a 19. So that will succeed. So she takes half damage.
Nice.
So good. That's 9 points of damage is all to her. Okay. Another one bites the dust.
Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust.
Yep. All right.
And another one goes.
Az is back at it. So Az is going to get very annoyed with these things. And he's like, no. And so he's going to do electric arc.
I was wondering when he was going to do that one.
Because it'll hit more than one
at
a time. So this is a reflex save. And there's this... Ooh. What is his spell save DC?
I'm not.
Oh,
I'm gonna have
32. One of them succeeds, one of them fails.
Nice.
So that is electric arc. So one of them will take half damage.
Okay.
And that's 19 points of damage. So even if that one takes half, another one dies.
Ah, does it explode?
Yep.
Does it hurt us?
That one right there explodes.
Are we too close still?
So roll reflex. Okay. You actually it should probably be one for you, one for Bruce, and one for Stella. I'll roll for Stella.
Okay.
Fail.
I'm gonna go 18 for me and 4 for Bruce.
The roll was an 18?
So the roll is an 18. So for me, that definitely, if it's a reflex, that's 100% succeeds. Yeah. Bruce is a 4, and his reflex is a 23, so it's 27.
Okay, a 27. That will fail.
Oh, shoot.
That will fail. So he'll take 23 points of damage. Oh. You will take half, so 11.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So that was not what I meant to do, but that worked. Okay. Anna.
I don't want to get close and smash it.
You can do athletics and you can shove.
Yeah, but that just...
You can shove them back.
Is that worth it, though? To shove it back like that? Because I have to use an action to move because I'm too far away. And then I have to use an action to shove.
You can, you could always hold your action until they come close. And then shove them.
Well, then let's do that because I would like to do that.
All right.
So, yeah, I'm just going to hold my action until they move forward to me. And then I'm going to shove them. Or at least the one in front of me.
All right, so that one moves forward. I'm going to say you yell to Stella and say, give it a shove. And then you both attempt an athletics check.
Okay.
To shove these backwards.
Ooh, that's a 19, baby.
Okay.
So it's like 40-something.
So she also
43.
Succeeds at that. So let's take a look here with an athletics check.
Yeah. No.
And 40. You are attempting a shove.
It's 40-something.
Okay, you push the opponent up to 10 feet away from you.
Nice. Okay.
So you shove them both back there to get 10 feet away from you. For cinematic reasons here, because I think this will just be cool to do. I'm going to say that as you shove them back, that Az takes this opportunity to then blast them once again.
Nice.
Casting another fireball.
That is the point.
And they both fail.
Oh. Seriously?
No, they both failed the reflex saves.
Oh, okay. Okay, no, that's
Oh, there's a lot of ones in there.
Can we just re-roll it?
Nope. I can't do the damage. However, one of them does die.
Good. And it explodes.
And explodes, but it is too far away from you to do damage to you.
Ba-ha-ha. Bwa-ha-ha-ha.
So, one left. And, Anna, it's your turn.
Okay. Ah, frick. I want to hold my action until it gets close to me.
Okay.
And then when it gets close to me, I'll smash it.
All right. I'm going to let you hold that. It's going to move up. Scamper, 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 scamper.
Baby!
So here's what
she's going to attack.
Here's what we're going to do. Again, cinematic reasons. It just ran past Stella, and it's attacking someone in their area, and she's a fighter.
So she can do an attack of opportunity.
So you both attack at the same moment.
Yes. Oh, but we're gonna get hurt.
You will.
Can she do an attack in such a way that it like shoves at the same time?
Let me check her weapon. I don't think the Morning Star has that capability.
Dang it. Because I gotta be nice to be able to like. Can I? Okay, wait. Can I kick it like a soccer ball and slash at it while it's going?
No.
Okay. Fine. All right, I'm just gonna.
Here's what I will let you do.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna let you do this because I think it's fun. I'm going to let you spend one action to change your weapon, because you decided to use your
Am I changing?
Yeah, your blade ally to make it so it can change.
That.
I know there are weapons that have the ability to hit and shove in the same moment.
I want to do that.
So I will allow you to spend one action to change your weapon into, I think it's a great hammer.
Okay, we'll do that.
And then you can attack.
Okay, we'll do that. Stop 15. So 28, 38, 30, 40.
Crit.
3, 2, 42.
So,
2, 3, 43.
Okay, so you crit it.
Okay. Okay. I like it. 1, 2. All right, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 plus 12 plus 9.
Okay, so that is 21. So 42 points of damage. Roll me an athletics check.
That is 31.
31. Tell me how this happens.
So, she has her giant hammer. And as she's like, well, she's got her bastard sword. And she brings it down and she's like, she does the mental thing to get it to switch over to a giant hammer. And she brings it down like almost like a croquet mallet and smacks it into its little place where there's maybe a brain. And so it like shoves it away, but it's coming down with so much force hitting it that it just like kind of concaves that little piece as it like kind of flips backwards.
All right. And as it flips backward, it then explodes in midair 10 feet back from you, from where you're at, not doing you any damage.
She's going to kind of like turn as it explodes, like, ah. Are there any more? Do you see any more?
Roll a perception check.
What the bloody freaking hell? 23.
23. Even with that low of a roll, you can hear more skittering. Stella, you have one round. Stella is going to pull out. She's going to pull out. She has a lesser healing potion. And so she's going to pull that out. She's going to chug that down real quick. Leto is actually going to run up to her. And he has actually got a heal spell. And he is going to use that on her to try and buff her up a little bit more. So let's do that. So we're going to do a heal. So that's 12 plus 24. So healing her for another 36 points of healing, bringing her back up to looking pretty good. Anything you want to do in this? You have one round.
Anna is just going to turn and look at Az and be like, if we have an entire group come at us again like that, I'm down.
Oh, okay. So then Az is going to do two things in this turn. One, he is going to... Ooh, he's getting low on his healing spells here. He has not done a battle medicine on you yet today.
No, he has not.
So, okay, that is a success on that because he's got really high medicine. So he is going to do battle medicine, which will do treat wounds at the higher level. So that is... Give me a second. Trying to remember how many dice I roll. Oh, there it is. Yeah. 2d8. Oh, that rolled low. I can re-roll those because I got that. Okay, that's better. 41 points of healing.
41.
Yes, right. As he just brings out his bandages, binds some wounds on you, and then as is for his third action, he's gonna walk up there to stand in front.
Yeah, I think you guys might do better if they're all clumped together and you can fireball them. This has made enough of a scuffle. I don't think we need to worry about being quiet.
And so, he is going to step up there to kind of stand in front, and then he is going to, he is suddenly going to throw up his hands. And as he does this, you watch as all of the pieces of these the legs of these automatons suddenly fly forward and then make almost a wall of swirling blades as he casts Blade Barrier.
Oh, that's awesome. I freaking love that. Okay, and these are all new ones that are coming at us. There's the fifth one is right there if you need that one.
Okay. So you watch. Oh no, I only need 4 more. So these you watch as 4 more of these begin to come out from back in that area. But Az now holds up his Blade Barrier, and we'll see what that does to them. So that is what Az is going to do. I will allow you to ready an action.
Okay. Anna is going to ready an attack action.
Quick question for you.
Yes.
Who has the dagger?
We tried to give it to Sia. She didn't take it.
I think. Do you have it?
Do I have it? I don't have it written down because I'm not awesome like that.
Okay.
So if you don't have it written down, then yes, I probably do have it.
Okay. So that is an option for you.
It's not a bad idea.
All right. So
Yeah. Let's do that.
They are coming for you. So they each need to roll. Let me see.
Because they have to get past the barrier, right?
Yep. So they've got to roll a reflex save to try and reduce the damage. Okay. Let's try it. Ooh. Okay. One of them rolls well and takes half damage and actually gets through the barrier. Okay, so they each take 30 points of damage, except 15 for the one that gets through. The rest take 30 points of damage from Az's Blade Barrier.
Okay.
And the one that got through comes through. The other 3 are pushed back and are not able to get through the barrier. So, the one that got through, though, is going to run up.
Attack of opportunity.
And from Stella?
Yes.
All right, yeah.
I mean, technically, it's right there, so, it works.
And she will hit with that.
La, 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 la. La, la,
doing
la, 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 la,
17 points of damage.
La, 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 la.
All right. But it is going to attack Az. Ooh, and it fails twice.
Nice.
Against Az. That's good.
That's really low.
Az,
you rolling like 2?
I rolled a 2 and a 7. Az just manages to bob and weave a little bit. Anna, what are you going to do now?
Okay, Anna she's got her she pulled the dagger out.
Yep.
And so she is going to she's going to do that. She's going to connect it really quick and say, I need you to kill something, please. And then she's going to just kind of do that with
All right.
and hope that it extends the way.
Roll your attack.
Okay, and then we decided that it was just my throwing knife, right?
Yeah,
I don't have any more hero points. That was a natural 1.
Oh, no.
That's really sad.
Okay, well, that's your first attack.
Okay, so that was my first attack. The 10 that were happening.
You have 2 more.
Second attack. It's not a ton better. It's a 4, so it's 28 to hit.
So, wait. You have a plus 28?
24. I have a plus 24. So on the natural 1, it would have been 25. Does that still hit?
It does, but then it takes it down 1.
Because it was a natural 1.
So that would make it a failure. The next one, though, is a -1, which makes it a 23, which hits. you can't miss.
Oh, man, that's hilarious. Well, I mean, yes, I could because of the 10 penalty.
True. On the third one.
Well, no, this is a 4th penalty. This is
-5. This is -5.
This is -4 because it's a finesse weapon.
You're right. So it definitely hits. So
Yeah.
it's because that's a 24.
Okay, so that doesn't do a lot of damage.
No. That's not the damage you roll. Roll me 3d4 to start.
3d4. Okay. Let's try and get it. All right, 4, 8, 10.
Okay. 10 points of damage there. And then I need you to roll me now 2d8.
Okay. 9.
Okay. 9, and it does 9 force damage. And
So
then
it is 19?
yeah. And then it just failed its roll, so it gets pushed back 5 feet.
Ha-ha!
As she slams, the blade slams into it, knocking it back.
Stella could have done an attack of opportunity then, too.
Sure. No, she'd only do one per...
I know, so she's already done it.
All right. Leto's turn.
Fun. Okay. Go,
Leto's gonna try and do some blasting here. See what we got for him. He is going to... Yeah, but does not have... Wow, I don't like his spell list very much. He doesn't have... There's a lot of things that he doesn't have, and I'm like, why don't you have that? All right. Okay. Does that work in an area? No, that doesn't work in an area. Okay, he's going to cast another Acid Splash. I think that's the best thing he's got there. For that... Oh, no, he's got Sound Burst. So he'll cast Sound Burst again. Because, yeah, he can hit 10-foot area. It's doing 3d10 on that. So let's have them roll. They succeed. It does not roll well. 16 points of damage there to that one. All right, so now these 3 are going to try and get through there again.
Okay.
All 3 of them get through.
Oh, no.
All 3 of them. But they all take the damage.
Okay.
And that's another 30 points of damage to all of these. As they are looking pretty rough, actually. As they limp their way through.
They're being hurt by it. That's
yeah,
awesome.
they limp their way through there and getting up, and then they will move. They will move a second time, and they'll only have 1 action left. And they will hit Az once for 2d8. Okay. Ooh, Az takes 20 points of damage. All right. And that's the end of their turn. So, Az has been spent 1 action sustaining his blade barrier, but he's not going to this time. Instead,
especially if they're like...
With them all in front of him like that, Az is going to cast one of his spells that he's got now. Prismatic Spray.
Oh!
So, I roll...
That's exciting.
Yep, I roll 1d8. Okay, I rolled a 4. Let's see. Wait, I don't quite understand. Let's try that again. Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, okay. Let's try. They need to roll a fortitude save. Oh, will save. Oh, this could be good. Oh.
I love it when you get excited like this. It's
okay,
cute.
so let me double check my spell DC on this. Yeah. Okay. So, with this, they critically fail. Let me read to you what happens with this one. Oh, no. Violet, will save. Slowed for 1 minute. If a critical failure sent to another plane as plane shift, they are all... there's one I didn't roll for in that area. It rolled a 19, so one of them
survives.
survives. The rest, and it's slowed. The rest of them are immediately gone, teleported to another realm of existence.
So all of a sudden they're going to go.
All of a sudden, these automatons just appear
gone.
in the. I'm going to say they appear in the mailstrom, since this is the magic of Nethys. Before a huge creature of the maelstrom turns over, and then just bites them all into oblivion. So we have got one left, and Anna, you're up.
Anna is.
Your weapon is still a great hammer, by the way.
Okay. Anna is going to use an action to move through.
Okay, roll an acrobatics to see if you can roll through where Az is at.
There? No, she's gonna go here. Okay.
Do you have acrobatics?
I do.
Okay, roll.
It's not as high as my athletics.
No, it wouldn't be.
So 19 plus 9 is 28.
Okay, that's enough to get through.
Okay, so she can get through there, and then she's gonna attack with her big, huge hammer.
Are you flanking it?
Yeah.
Okay. Just so you know,
move to flank it.
You can't hit it like with your. If you hit it with your thing to also try and shove it, it'll shove it straight into your.
No,
party
she's
members.
not gonna do that. She just wants to smash it.
Smash it with a hammer.
Yep, she's gonna smash it.
All right.
With the hammer. And so one action to move, and then power strike.
All right. Just tell me if it's more than 10.
It's what this?
Yeah.
Is more than 10? Because it's 28.
Yeah, I know. So what's that?
It's 5.
Okay.
So it's 32.
33. And it's flanked, though.
It is flanked.
That's enough.
Okay.
It's crit.
That's a crit?
Yep, it's crit.
Nice. Okay. Why can't I find my 12s? 2, 3. 10, 17, 22.
All right, 20.
Plus 9.
Okay, there we go.
22 plus 9 is
31
plus 36.
Okay.
So 36, that is 72. Yep, 72 points of damage.
What do you do this?
She's just straightforward, no messiness, just straight up down, smashes it. And
Down.
yes, it's going to explode.
All right. Now, roll me a reflex save. See if you know this is coming, so roll that reflex save.
Come on, baby. That's not horrible. 31.
31 is success. So you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as it explodes.
Stella and Az do that
yes, they would too.
And Bruce is back far enough that...
Okay, Stella will fail.
Oh, no.
So she takes 21 points of damage. But she's okay, because she got a lot of healing that last time.
Okay.
And you are now out of combat.
Well...
Oh, actually, I shouldn't.
I didn't exactly expect to see... robot spiders.
Well, we should have expected to see robots. I mean, they weren't quite spiders. They appeared to be... And Az is actually going to kind of try and look...
You can go freaking investigate one.
Investigate the remnants of this, what's left there. With his crafting, he's actually able to do it. And he's like, these... Oh. And he notices now that with each of them was a sack. Each of them were pulling on their backs a sack. And so he investigates and begins to open up, and
it's body parts.
There's some of them have bags of body parts, others have bags of metallic materials and things like that.
The scavengers of some type taking them somewhere.
I think these are disposal.
It's disgusting.
It's the trash carriers.
It's disgusting. Oh.
Uber Geek just raided with 3. Hey, Uber Geek, you just missed some combat.
You literally just missed the fight with a bunch of nasty spiders.
I could have used some villain points right there.
He wanted villain points. He wanted them.
So, you...
But welcome.
Yes. So, you now... the area is clear. Az is going to... Okay. Well, let's try and patch everyone up just a little bit more. Just let me check your wounds. Let me check. Fighting, it is easy to not notice if you get injured, and so let me do this.
No,
and so
it's all right. It's all right. Did you notice that they are full? They were the full automatons. They were powered by the same thing.
yes, I did. I did notice.
I didn't feel anything different when they died, or when we destroyed them. Because they weren't ever really alive.
No. But I think you were also distracted.
Oh, yes.
I think. So Az is going to. So he managed to succeed at his checks for healing with 2. So he's gonna patch up you, and he's gonna patch up Stella. So that will be for you. It is 41 points of healing. For Stella, it is 40.
41. By the way, I can't see the chat. So if you guys are chatting, I can't see it.
Nope. Hayley can't see chat.
You guys know. If you want to say something directly to me, you have to tell Weston to say something to me.
Hayley's not allowed. She needs to stay in the game.
I am not allowed to look at the chat anymore.
I have banned her from it. So, you look around. You don't. Well, I'm gonna have Az roll. Az kind of listens and he's like, I don't hear any other scrambling right now, but we also weren't very quiet there.
We need to get out of these sewers.
Okay, let's just go up.
Where can we go?
Well, you watch as these go.
Can we see?
As you look, these are going up.
But there's no like stairs or anything. It's just like we have this one tunnel.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you see.
That's it. Okay, one tunnel. We'll keep walking up the tunnel then. Freaking tunnels, guys! I hate tunnels.
So yeah. So as
in real life, legitimately hate tunnels.
As you come up out of this tunnel area, you do begin to notice that the architecture does start to change a little bit. It is now nicer. Things are kept together. However, you have noticed that a lot of the reliefs have changed from an Eridan, very religious iconography, to a ocean type motif. And what are you trained in nature?
I think so. No. Not even at all. Like, not even like a normal one you would get because you have skills like 0.
0. Az is, and so as looking at these can tell, he kind of mentions like lots of like cephalopod. I can know like squids, squids and stuff like that type of imagery. I don't think you spent much time at the ocean, have you?
No, I've seen like occasionally books that have strange creatures in them. I was never really sure if they were real. You're saying that those are real?
Yes, there are giant ones even. These are, yeah.
Are they big enough to take down a ship?
Some. I mean, there are legends. There are legends of it. But
that's not unsettling at all.
But yeah, so you do notice that there's a change. And these areas have been worked on recently. The floors are not all broken up. The sides are not cracked.
Okay. So this looks a little bit nicer. I would like to continue moving up and out while being quiet.
You're going to try and stealth after that?
Well, I mean, not necessarily stealth, but I'm just I want to get us out of here as fast as possible without attracting a ton of attention.
Okay.
Because yes, that whole fight was quite loud. Distracting. As
you continue up and along, you're kind of looking out. I imagine someone is going to be scouting and trying to keep watch of anything. Ooh, and Az rolls a natural 20 on that. So
good job,
as Az is going, he's looking around, he's listening, not hearing anything scuffling at the moment. However, he does notice the smell did get better and now is getting... That's not... He kind of stops for a moment. Well, that's strange.
What?
The smell. Do you not smell it?
I don't know. Do I smell it?
Roll a perception check.
Nope. I don't. I don't smell anything.
You wouldn't be used to it. It is formaldehyde. It is preservative. It is you use it to preserve specimens and things in a lab.
Yep,
But it's mixed with the smell of decay.
Right. I don't.
But let's keep going.
Okay.
And so as you continue,
Freaking weird. What are they doing?
you begin to see. There's definitely different things here. There's more bags and different bins that you see, which contain ickiness.
Does it just look like more dead bodies?
There's definitely some.
Brutalized?
There's more some things that are like, and they don't look. I mean, do you want to investigate one of them?
Not particularly. If it looks from the outside like it's body parts, we're not gonna go poking around.
Okay.
Ugh.
As you continue, are you just wanting to continue, or you?
Yeah. I mean, if Az wants to look, he can go look.
All right, so Az goes and looks, and then he's, I don't know, this is, and all of a sudden you watch as he like pulls out gloves out of his, out of his little bag and starts to check and things like that. He's like, oh no.
Curiosity killed the cat,
These are not normal bodies. They have been manipulated.
What do you mean?
This, and he pulls out like this thing that you see, and it was kind of like an arm, but like if an arm had been clay and someone had managed to just been able to work it and mold it however they want. There were 3 arms coming off of one arm. Like there's one arm in the middle, and then it's got a second one there and a third one there.
So there's like flesh
with all
craft
hands
happening.
on them.
So there's like fresh flesh craft happening.
Ja, that's a good word for it.
This is disgusting. What is he doing?
I don't know. This isn't really Cuthwaldwin's thing.
No, it's not.
But this has been done expertly. I mean, this is strange. Well, nothing for it.
Yes, let's continue forward. That's gross.
As you turn this corner, you see before you a long hallway that appears to. You notice everything here is more lit. There is a very well lit area. And ahead you see that there's a long hallway that then opens into a large room.
Okay. Can we see into the large room? Like, is it lit up?
It is. It is lit up.
That's it.
I bet it's a long room. You look and you can see there is movement.
Okay.
There are some. Roll a perception check. Let's see how much you see.
Frick with the low rolls tonight. 25.
25. Yeah, you can tell there's someone moving around over there, but you can't tell what it is. You're too far away. Dungeon diving's good.
All right. Just leaning back, I'm gonna just kind of tell them what I'm not saying. What I'm seeing and not saying.
So you're like, motion.
Like, there's
Oh, no, you see more than one thing moving around over there. This is Haley's version of SEAL Team 6.
This is what the SEALs do. They move like that.
Yes.
So she's gonna try and like kind of pantomime what like that there's movement ahead, and I mean there's nothing for it. We just have to keep going forward.
Yep.
At this point, so. Are
you gonna try and be sneaky?
We are gonna try and be very sneaky.
All right, so let's get some stealth rolls.
That's not bad. 38.
Okay, that's pretty good. 38 there. As rolled well. Stella did not.
A peppermint on my finger.
Stella did not.
Let's see what Leto. Stop it with your big form.
Well, she's got her big clunky armor, and neither did Leto.
Freaking orc.
And neither did Leto. So they try and be sneaky, but they actually manage to kind of trip.
Bump into each other?
Then bump into each other. And in the bumping, they actually manage to get out of order. You guys get out of your marching order a little bit, and they're kind of in the front. Suddenly, as you come in and enter this large room. And as you enter into this large room, you now definitely know where the smell's coming from.
Is it like laboratory bodies and...
You see mounds of like flesh in one area, and you see like there's like laboratory equipment on one side. And as you saw these creatures before, you couldn't really tell what they were.
Trying to create Lemieux.
No, Lemieux are demons. They're not
trying to create them.
So you see these creatures that you saw walking around, and they're humanoid, but as if their flesh had been moved and changed and morphed. Quasimodo, but 10 times worse. Things growing out of places where they shouldn't. As they walk around, lifting things and moving things and acting very much as if they were, running this place. And then you hear a voice.
Oh, I don't like voices.
Why, Leto? Why, it has been a long time since I've seen you. And you see a form move from the back who's wearing a cloak, robes, and you didn't notice because he was bent over a table looking at things, and he turns around and his face is distorted and warped and turned, and midway through the special effects of Indiana Jones and the thing where the faces are just kind of warped and melted slightly. But you recognize the robes, at least. With the house emblem. And you hear Az gasp and then growl.
Oh my gosh, is it Titus?
And as you've come back to me.
Oh my gosh, it's Titus.
I found it as Kuth Waldwin has taught me the secrets of making life and morphing it. The things I can make, I will show you. Now, oh, the fun times we'll have. And you, he looks at you, meeting you with his eyes. You'll need to go. But Leto, I could use another good lab assistant. Take
Anna is not going to stand there and just listen to all of this crap.
You are, just so you know, you are on the other side. You're about 120 feet away.
How did Leto and Stella get so far ahead?
They're not. He can see you guys at the other side of the hall.
Oh.
You're across a large room.
Okay.
Imagine this like a banquet room.
Okay.
And he's like, take them. And he turns to his side, and you see this individual in the Hell Knight armor, huge, way taller. This is not normal-sized human being in full Hell Knight armor, huge, giant sword and shield, step out, and all of these flesh-warped creatures turn to you, reach in their backs, pull out little daggers, and they all start to move towards you. And that's where we'll start up our next episode next week as we face off against Az's old owner, Master Titus.
The piece of crap.
Who has apparently become a flesh warp and has learned the secrets of warping flesh to create these amalgamations.
So gross.
And I guess you can imagine where all the piles of flesh have come from.
Yeah, from the things and the people into gross.
So be sure to join us next week as we continue.
Gross.
We are getting close to the climax. There's going to be a lot of combat, a lot of nastiness, a lot of ickies.
Yep.
There's going to be some awesome combat though. So join us next week as we continue to dive into Cuthwaldwin's keep here, and hopefully get to him eventually to put down this Algothu master.
Yep, we are getting really, really close to the end, guys, and we're very excited to see kind of how all of this ends up. For those of you who joined us later in the stream, and I don't know if you guys have heard this news yet, because we only really have talked about it at the beginning of the stream, but once this campaign is done, Party of Two is no longer going to be streaming live on Twitch. We are...
Too many other things to do.
We have decided that this was a really fun experiment and cool thing for us to do as the husband and wife duo, and we're closing that chapter of streaming and creating content online. So we love you all.
Oh, thank you, Hope, for lurking, but we're about to end. So thank you for being here.
Yeah, we're leaving. Thank you, Hope.
So
we're done for tonight.
So we probably have 3 episodes left of the show. So be sure to join us next week, and we will have lots of amazing combat for you. And come learn about Pathfinder, all you D&D people. I know you're looking around. I know it's a rough time right now. Come check out Pathfinder. So
yeah, we're kind of getting out at like exactly the wrong time in terms of popularity for Pathfinder.
But it's the right time for us.
Yep. Anyway.
So, thank you all. Have a great night. And remember, it only takes 2.
Good night, you guys.